Hi guys, I'm here today with a page in my Traveller's Notebook, and I'm using a couple of these digital stamps from the latest Kelly Stamps release. So I've just printed them out on some plain cardstock, and I've also got a full page photo. So I'm going to start by just sticking that photo down onto my page, and then I can get started working with my digital elements. So I've printed them out just on plain cardstock. The 100% tired, of course, is going to be my title. So I am just going to trim that out just into a strip. And then I've stamped the "This Girl Needs a Coffee" in red because I intend to make a sort of rainbow down the bottom. So I'm going to use this circle element to create the rainbow. So I'm just using my circle punch to punch out the stamp. And that's going to go there, and then you can see I've picked out some scraps of paper just in sort of rainbow order, and I'm going to use my other punches to punch just randomly sized circles so that it goes across the page in a bit of a rainbow order. So I didn't really do too much planning on this. I sort of was vaguely trying to get the right amount of circles to cover the page. These ones on this side are going to have to overlap just a tiny bit. And then on this side, apart from duffing up the punching there, I can fit most of them on. I do add a couple more of the smaller circles, so that makes it fit a bit easier. None of the ones on this side will have to overlap. So because I had wanted to do this sort of rainbow pattern on here, that's why I have altered my photo so it's black and white. Plus it was the end of a very long week, and so I was just absolutely exhausted, and I think the black and white kind of adds to that feeling. So now I've punched out all my circles, I am going to go and stitch them with my sewing machine. Now this was semi-risky because I didn't really measure how big it was supposed to be. I was just taking a guess, and I did stuff it up a little bit. I missed one of the circles, so all I did was cut it and re-stitch it. So one of them's got a couple more stitches on it than it should. But I just love the texture that adding this stitching gives to this book without having to run my pages through the sewing machine. So I was happy to have that little bit of extra texture there. So this side was easy enough just to glue each one of them down. And this side, I'm just trying to glue them one at a time just to make sure I can get the placement fairly correct. You can see if I stretch it out, that last circle isn't going to sit on the page. So I'm just making sure to stick them really close together just so that I end up getting that last circle on the page. And then I can just go ahead and trim off the edges and any sort of loose strings that are hanging about. And same on this side. And then for my title, I decided to repeat that stitching texture at the top as well. So I've just stitched through there. And I'm going to just leave the strings hanging off on one side just to give it that sort of messier look. I did a really poor job of sticking that down. It's so not straight. So as soon as I've snipped off the edge here, I can see how crooked it is. Luckily it peeled off not too badly and I could straighten it up. I wanted to add a little bit of colour at the top, so I've just added a wee piece of washi tape, and then this gap in the middle I'm going to add in my journaling. So you could easily have written the journaling, but my notebook's getting quite bulky, like this is the middle page, and so to do the journaling on the left hand side there becomes a little bit difficult because it is so lumpy underneath. So I did just do my journaling on my typewriter, just on a piece of printer paper, and like normal I'm just going to cut it into strips and then stick it down with my glue pen. So you can see how easily you can use digital stamps in all your projects. It doesn't have to be just a digital layout. You can print them and use them in your notebooks or your pocket pages. I really love that you can change the colours. It doesn't matter whether you've got the right ink pad or not. You can make them fit however you want. Now this last strip of journaling I had typed out, but it was slightly too long for the page, so I've just split it in half before I stick it down. And that, my friends, is another page in my notebook all done. I mean, I do love the rainbowiness of this page, but also I think it's really important to make sure that those not so sunshiny moments get documented as well. If you want to keep watching, there's a couple more videos on screen. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye!